Hi, everyone. Welcome to today's team meeting. I'm glad you're here. I'm Tara Lynn, and we meet Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. This is a meeting, I always say, but it's not like those boring meetings you're going to via Zoom or the ones you attended in person before COVID. This is a meeting where we're building a community. The agenda, it always contains things that we are going through, things that we need to hear about so we can encourage each other, give each other tips on how to navigate through this messiness of life, the heaviness of life, and the joys of life. We want to share it all. And then create actions that aren't like forgettable as soon as you leave the room. Like, have you been to a meeting where it's like, what were we talking about? No, it's not that kind of meeting. It's the kind of meeting where you have actions that make you think. Maybe you'll be driving down the street tomorrow and you will think about something that you saw on this video. That will bring me great joy. So, as always, I appreciate your comments, your feedback, your suggestions for additional topics, and it is welcome because we're building a community here, a community of people who want to learn, laugh, and grow. And that means I'm going to share my life experiences, the funny, the embarrassing, all the things. If in any way it touches you or makes you think about something in a different way that helps your life, that's what I'm here for. I believe truly that's why I started doing these videos during COVID. Not because I'm an expert at anything, but I have a lot of experience with failure, with frustration, but also with joy and seeing dreams come true after a very long time. So housekeeping, let me say a couple more things. You know, we always have housekeeping, which is like, let's talk about kind of boring stuff and then get into the meeting. So the second thing is, as you know, this is becoming a podcast. And a podcast is basically, think of it as radio, listening to it on your phones. You get to hear this voice talking about similar topics in the team meeting podcast. Whenever you see me on social media post something about it, if you could please go in and subscribe to it. And that would give you notifications when we have a new episode. The episodes will be similar to this, but I will continue to do this because I know there's so many like videos too, and you get a chance to see my background and my stuff. You know, I got all kinds. This is real life. This is really my house. These are things that are really in my house. Let's talk a little bit about my last couple days. It's been crazy. Crazy, I tell you. 2020 came from my tooth. Here I am after going to get my lady parts examined. Are we talking about that in these meetings? Yes, we talk about many things that seem inappropriate, and that's one of them. Me going to get my lady parts examined. It's real, guys and gals. So if you're a guy, don't get grossed out. You know somebody who's done it. You know you got a mama, you got a partner, you got a sister, auntie, blah, 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 blah. You got a superstar hero, actress that you love. We all go get our lady parts examined. Anyway, enough of that, but not really. So I always get a little bit of anxiety when I go. Let's not go into the reasons why, but it's just intrusive. So afterwards, I thought, I'm going to treat myself to something delicious. And so I decided to try avocado toast for the first time. So I went to a local restaurant supporting the local businesses, went through the drive-thru, safely put on my mask, got my food, had radish and avocado and tomatoes, little tiny ones. And so I pulled on the side of the road I pulled into a parking lot so that I could make a phone call and check up on a family member. And as I'm chewing, I feel a heavy crunch, like I'm biting into something and it's so hard. It's the hardest thing I've ever chewed on. I looked and it's white and I thought, did they put eggshells in this dish? Are there eggs in avocado toast? That's why I don't like it. I like eggs, but I don't like eggshells. Did they make a mistake? And I was really about to get angry. And I kept looking, casually talking because nothing hurt. Casually talking on the phone still. So then I pick up the phone after the phone call to look at myself because I'm about to go into a store. Before I put my mask on, I was like, do I have any avocado on my face? Because I don't really need that, right? And my veneer is broken. I bit into the avocado toast, which is quite squishy, and my veneer broke. And I looked like a baby in the mouth. It was embarrassing because I thought, you don't know your own tooth is gone. You're sitting here eating your tooth. You're sitting here eating on your own tooth. I don't know where the tooth went. I don't know. Because I was like this eating. I'm like, what is that? And I would throw it out the window. So I believe it's in the parking lot of Safeway. Because that's where I was parked before I walked in when I was making the phone call and when I was eating the toast. Okay? That's my day. So at 3 p.m., emergency appointment with the dentist. He fixed it. Your girl is good now. 2020 came from my tooth, but it couldn't take my joy. And although I spent 4 hours at the dentist getting this fixed this evening, I'm back. However, I did spend 4 hours at the dentist today. But that's one thing. And then yesterday, over the weekend on Sunday, I woke up and my eye felt achy and scratchy and throbbing like I had been in a fight. And I've never been in a fight. Although I wear a beanie, that probably makes me look tough. I've never been in a fight. So I had to take the contacts out. I have to give them a rest for a couple of days. And so this is what you get. I actually cannot see without glasses or contacts. So this is one of the pairs I have. They're actually pink. So teeth, I'm back. Glasses, I'm just going to be wearing them. I mean, I don't have a problem wearing glasses, but I prefer my contacts. These fog up with the masks. Exciting couple of days. But here's the agenda topic for today. Are you being seduced? We know seduction is when someone comes at you and pushes buttons in your heart that says, oh my God, this person is appealing to me, and they can reel you in with their words, with their actions, with their muscles, or with their figure, or with their intellect, or with their status, whatever it is, whatever you're seduced by. By seduce meaning they can reel you in and connect with you in an intimate way. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm doing that with my hands. I'm sorry. This is inappropriate. Not really, These are hand gestures, right? So seducing, they're pulling you. Are you seducible? There's a movie quote that I never forgot. The guys will probably remember this movie first. It's called A Walk to Remember with Mandy Moore, I believe. No, the guys will not remember this. Ladies, A Walk to Remember with Mandy Moore, where she is a student. She's the good girl. She meets the bad boy. They get together, and in the end, she dies, and it's a really dramatic, amazing, beautiful love story. Do you remember that movie, A Walk to Remember? I highly recommend it. It's very sweet and sad. Guys, you're missing out if you haven't seen it. And in the movie, there's a quote where he says to her, because he set up a moonlight view where they had a telescope and a picnic, and they were getting ready to look out. I'm looking as if the moon is in my house. And they're about to go, and I don't know what time of the year it was, but there was going to be an opportunity for them to see some beautiful stars. So he packed a picnic, and he had a blanket, and he's like, okay, I have all these things. And she said, are you seducing me? And then he says, are you seducible? Cut. See, I'm an actress. Here's what I'm saying to you. Are you seducible? Are you seducible to things like hopelessness, despair, depression, chaos, drama? I have this quote that's going to be in the quote book that I'm producing via Etsy. It's at the printers. I got to get it from the printers before I can open up the shop. The quote is, hopelessness is seductive, but you're too good for it. Oh, do you like that quote? You're too good for it. You're too good for depression. You're too good for hopelessness. You're too good for jealousy. You're too good for chaos. But they will try to seduce you. Today, I was almost seduced. I'm just going to be real because that's what we do in these meetings. The agenda is, are you seducible? So today, when I'm sitting in that lobby for the lady parts exam, I'm surrounded by pregnant women. And I'm thinking, here we go again. Here we go. I've been going for years since I was old enough, probably a teen going. And that's where pregnant women go because they get their treatments for leading up to the birth of their baby. So you're always going to see a lot of pregnant ladies. Then it finally got to the point where I wanted to be a pregnant lady, but I never was a pregnant lady. And whenever I went there, I was reminded that I wasn't a pregnant lady. And that's not really the reminder it was. The pain was that I didn't have a child. So hopelessness would seduce me, and I would embrace it, hold on to it, and that would be like an art of seduction. That was the move hopelessness would make. Ooh, you don't have a baby. Ha ha. So I'm sitting and I'm remembering those feelings. And I'm almost like, look at her, look at her, look at her. I never got a chance to be pregnant. I never got a chance to have a baby through my body. But I have a baby at home. So hopelessness is trying to seduce me, but I'm already taken by joy. It's trying to take me and convince me of nonsense. That's what charmers do. That's what people are trying to seduce you do. And if what they're seducing you with is a false, or it's false, or if it's a lie, or if it's based on something superficial, it's not going to make you feel better. In the end, the truth will come out. In this instance, I'm being seduced by sadness and hopelessness to remind me that I don't have something when I got a baby crying and calling out and refusing to brush her teeth right in my home. As soon as the lady parts exam is over, I can go right back to her. But am I going to choose to be seduced even though the truth is right there in my face? I can look at my phone and see her. What are you being seduced by? Right now, this is a week of holidays. Are you being seduced by sadness because you are not getting on the plane? Because you're not going to be surrounded by 50 other family members? Because you didn't go tear it up in the streets and go shopping? Are you being seduced by disappointment? You're too good for it. Find something else to seduce you. Be seduced by joy, despite your circumstances. Be seduced by gratefulness that, yep, my tooth broke, but I'm not going to let 2020 shut me down that way and make me think, oh my God, I'm spending money, because I had to spend money. Dentistry. I had to spend money to get that tooth fixed. And I wasn't even spending money on gifts. Now I got to spend money on teeth. Flipping a switch, I'm not going to be seduced by disappointment on that. Because number one, I got to have my grill. And number two, I have the money to pay for it. I have the money to pay for it, so I don't have to walk around without my tooth or with the little baby tooth, because it is right in the front. What are you seduced by? Boy, she's aggressive today. I'm sorry. I am fired up by this topic and by this quote. What are you seduced by? I had opportunity to be seduced this week and I felt horrible. I needed to record my podcast episodes, but my eye was throbbing so bad and it shut me down for hours. Took a pain pill, put ice on it. I felt better by the end of the day, but it took at least 5 hours, 6 hours of my day. Today, the dentist took 3 hours, 4 hours of my day. Am I going to decide not to be productive and not get on and do the team meeting? Am I going to be seduced by disappointment in my day that forces me to say, or convinces me to say, I can't do the video today for the team meeting. I can't show up because 2020 tried to come for my tooth. Well, the truth is 2020 did come for my tooth. It's in the parking lot of Safeway. I already said that. I know. But it didn't take my joy. I'm still up here clapping in this meeting with a lip that's probably still a little swollen, but they're already big, so you can't tell, but I can feel it. I'm fine. I'm going to be fine. What about seduced by grief? Legit reason to be sad, man. I lost my dad when he was 48 years old. I lost him. Literally, I don't mean lost him. You know what I mean. He went on to be in heaven at 48. That grief seduced me for years. It shut me down. It's okay to feel the emotion. It's okay to notice the emotion. It's okay to notice the disappointment. Notice the feelings of failure. Notice the hopelessness. But don't allow it to take your heart and seduce you. What is the action? Notice what you're being seduced by. Next couple of days, I'm coming at you again on Wednesday to ask you, what are you being seduced by? Action. Notice it. And sit with it. Is it true? Are you really going to let chaos and drama seduce you? That's it for today. What are you being seduced by, guys? What are you being seduced by? I'm coming at you Wednesday. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. We do this. I love y'all. Do your action items. Tell me what you think in the comments. And I will talk to you and see you soon. Bye.